Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's up? Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and this video right here is all about the North Node in Capricorn and the South Node in Cancer. Once again, the North Node looks like this is in Capricorn, and the South Node is in Cancer. I'll show you guys the chart in a second, and we'll go through the chart and we'll have a look. For those who are new to the channel, for those who don't know, I'm a professional astrologer, and I do write the horoscopes for some of the newspapers in Canada. And if you want a personal reading, just check it out in the description box below. Anyways, that's the blah blah. And please share the video. It's the only honest way you can help grow the channel, and every little bit helps, and I super appreciate it. So so please share the videos, give it the thumbs up, and if you want, you can even donate to the channel. There's a PayPal link in the description box below. All right, now, for those who don't know, these videos here, the ones that I do on the series about the planets or the nodes or the moon, or these videos tend to be a little long. So if you want to have some fun, you can watch it on fast forward. But they tend to be a little longer. So go ahead and settle in. And if you have any questions, leave it in the description box, or just check it out on one of the live streams. Just ask me on one of the live streams. Now, what's going on is, on these videos, I have a whole bunch of writings from a bunch of different professional astrologers or astrological writers that have, that's all been compiled over the years. And I'm going to read to you guys what these guys say about the North Node. It's right here, the North Node in Capricorn, South Node in Cancer. And I'm going to give my 2 cents on what they say as well, and I'll also tell you what I think about it. And just to let you know, as a little preface to all of this, it's very common when people write astrologies, or when people write about astrology or astrological placements, there's a bit of things get confused a little bit. There's a lot of hearsay, there's a lot of broken telephone going on, there's a lot of the blind leading the stupid, there's a lot of people studying from memes and so, or their prejudices that go along. So just take it all with a grain of salt, and know in advance that even the best among us, when you're writing horoscopes every day, or you're doing this every day, it's easy to get a little bit confused and to mix things. And quite often people mix the sign and the house. And as such, some of the stuff that they're going to say, especially about Cancer, are going to relate to the 4th house, because Cancer rules the 4th house. But it's not necessarily Cancer, like it is. Cancer rules the 4th house, but depending on where Cancer is in your chart, it could mean something completely different. And so just keep in mind, once again, that oftentimes the astrologers mix, and I do it too all the time, they mix the sign and the house, and it may not necessarily, the definitions or the interpretations may not, as such, are not actually accurate towards what you're going through, because what you're going through is not what these guys are talking about. So just to let you guys know that, even though you guys might have a disconnect in the language. All right, just a heads up. Anyways, that's what I'm here for. I'll interpret what these guys have to say. Now, next, once again, I'm a professional astrologer. Please share the videos. If you want a personal reading, check it out in the description box below. In addition to that, we give tons of workshops right here. Just check it out. The next workshop is going to be on rising signs in astrology, and again, that's in the description box. And I have a special on right now on your charts, on your birth chart report. It's on sale right now, and your progress chart is on sale right now. And I'll just take a quick moment, and I'll show you guys what's going on. Oh, this is the AstroSide. This is our store. We're sponsored by the AstroSide here. SLC, my beautiful and sexy wife, she created all of this stuff for you guys. All of the SunnySide, these for the t-shirts for the kids, leggings for whoever wears leggings, cool mugs if you have an office and you set out mugs for people. Very cool and fun meme t-shirts and hoodies for everybody. So check it out, the AstroSide. But actually, what I wanted to show you guys is this. This is the website, TheSunnySide.net. This is where you go for your astrology reports. One of my books, Emotional Weight Loss, is on here. Our links to the store here. Tons of testimonials are on here, and it just goes on and on and on and on. This is where you go if you want to see all the videos that we're putting up. Or you can go to the the YouTube channel, because most of you are watching this on YouTube. All right, that's the action. Let's get down to it. Everybody still here? All right, now let me pull up the chart. Oh crap! Wait. Let me pull up the chart. So this is it right here. And what the hell? Where did it go? Okay, so let's try it again. This, like I said, you got to watch this video on fast forward. So these are what the nodes look like. They're right here and right here. The north node looks like an N, and the south node looks like a cup or a U. Now you can imagine that the south node, now some people, and these guys are definitely going to do it. There are a number of astrological writers here who will talk about the south node being a past life kind of thing, lessons that you carry over in your past life, or things where you're out of control in your past life and you have some kind of karma you have to deal with in your current life. And so that's what they'll talk about. But if you don't believe in past life regression, just think about it. Think of the south node as a bowl where there's too much energy. There's too much stuff going on in there right now. And as such, we're kind of always going back there. It's a place, it's an idea that's very familiar, but it can be somewhat negative. Like, it's the negative side of karma. Like, something fucked up happened, you're going to clean that shit up right now, and then you can ascend to the north node. But there's also a balance in here. So if there's there's only so much energy to go along. So the tendency to use too much of the north node at the too much of the south node at the expense of the north node. Now in astrology, it's not lessons that have to be learned. This here, this formation, this stuff and this stuff come together like this and they go down. That's a yod formation. Those are the lessons that have to be learned. The nodes are different. The nodes are kind of like either or. It's the dragon's head and the dragon's tail. And the energy, this stuff, Capricorn, if you do a little bit more Capricorn, it'll balance out some of the Cancer imbalances. All right, next, in addition to that, it's often said that the south node is bad stuff. I'm trying to really make it like simple for you guys. so it's easy to think of terms of south node bad, north node good. Everybody cool? North node, south node bad, north node good. But the truth of the matter is, and in some astrologers believe that the south node is all of the negative planets like Mars and Saturn, sometimes Uranus, and the north node is the good stuff, Jupiter and Venus. But that's not necessarily true. Okay, a bunch of other astrologers say that the south node is actually Saturn. So most people are agreed that the south node is bad. South node. But other people say that the north node is actually Mars energy. And as such, it's active energy. It's where you're trying to go. Okay, so you're trying to go to the north node. But it gets blocked. And as such, we put the energy back into the south node, and then the cup overfloweth. And that's how the energy works between the north node and the south node. And that's just the way it is. So in reality, they're both kind of bad. But when you look at it, you know, and these guys are going to talk about it, when you're looking at it in your own astrological chart, they also say it's your karmic path in life. So I don't know, it depends. Take it all with a grain of salt. You know, the language is the language. You don't have to believe in that stuff for it to still hold true to you. Just something, you know, you need to know. Anyways, this is the stuff, the south node tends to be the stuff that you always have to take care of. You always got to do the south node stuff. You want to do north node stuff. You want to get your ass to the north node, but unless you're like a Buddha and about to ascend, it's usually some kind of fuckery and the energy is blocked and you're forced back to deal with south node nonsense. And as a transit, remember, I write the horoscopes, right? So when this happens in your life, you have to deal with the south node before you can move on to the north node. And as such, the south node tends to represent stuff that's happened from your past or stuff that you've always wanted to do. And the north, it's always wanted to do in the past, or thinking the south is where you've come from and the north is where you're going. And that's just the gist of the south node and the north node. And we're going to talk about this. So once again, south node, bad, North Node, bad. It works, you know. So this, in this example, the South Node is going to be all the negative parts of Cancer. It's too much Cancer. Remember, nurturing, Cancer is a nurturing sign. Nurturing is the sign of nurturing. It's very good. But too much nurturing is like smothering and nagging and smothering and, like, you know, poisoning people and stuff, or too much control freakish. So it's the good, it's gone bad. And the Capricorn side, you know, balances out. It says, you know, a little bit more of a tough love kind of thing. Let the kids go be the kids. And once again, it's not like this. It's, you have a certain amount of energy and it's flowing from one to the other. Too much here, not enough here. And that's what's going on. Okay, so South, bad. North, it's where you want to get to balance everything out in your life. And some people say it's all karma. Anything else that you guys need to know about this? Oh yeah, I'll show you what the nodes are. In the sky, it's not an imaginary place, by the way. It's something very simple. Saying an imaginary place is like saying a half second is like a half second or a half beat is an imaginary place. It's not. If this is the Earth, okay, if this is the Earth right here, let's lose this so you guys can see me, and then we'll start reading again. So if this guy's the Earth right here, and I'm the Sun, hey, I'm Sunny, what's up? And this guy's traveling around the Earth is traveling around the Sun like this, then this here is the plane upon which he's traveling. That's where he's moving. He's moving along like this. And this guy is the Moon, and the Moon revolves around the Earth like this. Now, the spots, so the Earth is going like this and the Moon is going like this. And wherever the Moon's orbit crosses the Earth's orbit, right here, these two spots right here, those are your nodes. Everybody cool? That's how it works. It's not really that complicated. So, but it could be, but it's not really that complicated. All right, let's get down to it and see what's going on. So the dragon's head, so this is George Mercury. George says, the dragon's head in Capricorn gives prudence, much reflectiveness, and even disposition inclined to sadness, love of solitude, but shrewdness, also shrewdness and diplomacy. So if you have your dragon's head in Capricorn and the south node, okay, dragon's head is the north node. North node in Capricorn, south node in Cancer, George is saying, it's gonna be someone who's prudent, reflective, and you know, they might have a love of solitude. The disposition here is more reflective than melancholy. Okay, so it's not like sad or blah. It's more like someone just checking this shit out. All right, I get it. You know, some time alone to check shit out. This position may bring stability to the worldly position. Capricorn is considered a worldly person, but this is really he's now when people start to say worldly, he's actually speaking about the 10th house, not Capricorn here. But again, they are similar, but not necessarily the same. Okay, this position may bring stability to the worldly position, but seldom gives wealth, which, moreover, the native does not desire, as he's not very ambitious. Oh, that's interesting. Like I said, north node bad, south node bad. There's a likelihood of gains through house property. Again, that's the 4th house. This guy's starting to, we might just skip this guy. He's starting to talk about, he's clearly mixing the houses in the sign. Next, the dragon's tail, or the south node in Cancer, always gives fickleness in love. Remember, Cancer is ruled by the Moon, right? So there's going to be a lot of behind the scenes and moody stuff here. The dragon's tail in Cancer, the south node in Cancer, always gives fickleness in love. It's a sign of infidelity. So if you have your south, people ask all the time, what are some of the signs of cheating in a horoscope, in an astrological chart? Mars in the 7th house, Mars in the 8th house, Mars in the 12th house. All of those signs might cheat. Some squares between, you know, might do that. And the south node in Cancer, signs of infidelity. The position may cause, okay, the position of the native or the person or of those around him is not clearly defined. He's surrounded by many secret and mysterious circumstances, because these guys are talking about the Moon now. The moon is mysterious and secretive. This position may cause an accident or danger while traveling. It entails liver or stomach disorders, right? That's the stomach. All this is mitigated by a good aspect of energy. Okay, whatever. Okay. So, next, the dragon's tail, or the dragon's head, must be studied carefully when it occurs in the moon's domicile, especially in regards to this planet, blah, 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 because it's ruled by the moon. Okay, forget all that stuff. So he said some interesting stuff. Let's settle down into the groove now. That was a little bit nonsense, a little bit blah, blah. I think we kind of wasted 5 times on George's comment here. Next, Isabel Hickey says, North Node in Capricorn implies that business ability and ambition would be directed towards public good, or could be so directed. Integration would come through persistent, sustaining effort to climb the heights of attainment and become a redeemer for others. Right. She's saying North Node in Capricorn, good. North Node, good in all the Capricorn stuff, which is, they say it's business ability, ambition, you know, those are all Capricorn stuff. South Node in Cancer emphasizes self-centeredness, you know, selfishness that must be overcome by caring for others and developing the nurturing qualities. Man, Isabel, she hating on Cancer. Next, Martin Schulman, he says, this individual is learning how to achieve maturity. All right, he's saying life lessons, the North Node are lessons in life. And maturity, Capricorn represents maturity. This individual is learning how to achieve maturity. In past incarnations, he has a tendency to look at life through rose-colored glasses, seeing only what he wanted to see with a definite conviction that everything else didn't exist. Now, there's still much of the baby left in the Cancer South Node. Remember, Cancer South Node is nurturing, right? So the negative side of nurturing is babying and all that stuff. So just watch out for it. He's so used to go through his prior lives on crutches, wrestling with his dependencies while seeking banisters to lean on, that his current life is the resultant shambles of escapist, childlike habits which keep impeding his growth. Wow, why is everybody hating and so hard on Cancer here? Truly, this is the personal infant, desiring at all costs to maintain his role as the focus of parental attention. In areas of problem solving, he would rather have his parents do it. You know, Cancer gone bad, right? Poor me, everybody do it for me. Remember, Cancer good is I'll nurture you, I'll do it for you. Cancer gone bad is poor me, poor me. All right, look at, you know, that's the way to look at it. Capricorn is good is I'm strong enough for everybody. Capricorn good is I'm strong enough for everybody. You know, I'll take care of everybody. Capricorn good, I'll take care of everybody. Capricorn bad, fuck you, I'm only going to take care of myself. Say it again. Cancer good, I'm nurturing you. I'm nurturing everybody. Cancer bad becomes a martyr. Poor me, come and nurture me. Capricorn good, I will take care of everybody. Capricorn bad, fuck you. You know? Next. Truly, okay, we talked about all of that. The personal infant desiring at all costs to maintain his role as the focus of the parental attention. In areas of problem solving, he'd rather his parents do it. Everybody he meets and knows, you know, be it a friend, business associate, or marriage partner, automatically becomes the symbolic parent to pick up the pieces of his misery, protecting him from being hit by the falling sky which he has created. He creates his own self-inflicted illnesses if they bring with them the slightest hint of gaining love and affection. Right? These guys are poor me martyrs. These are the type of people, man, we ban these fuckers so fast on the channel. I can't stand it when we're talking all of a sudden and they're like, I'm like, you just shut the fuck up. So watch out for it. Anyways, constantly practicing at becoming an adult, he never seems quite ready or willing to make the transition fully. Somehow, he keeps feeling his needs much more. So here we go. Somehow he keeps feeling that he needs much more practice first. So these guys lack confidence to stand on their own. So Cancer, negative Cancer, they become martyrs. Poor me syndrome. You know, these are the ultimate pity party motherfuckers. And so they need some Capricorn backbone. Hey, fucking shut the fuck up. Just fucking do it and shut up. You know? That's the deal. So, Capricorn Cancer balance here. All he does in this life is based on his sole memory of sensitive past life feelings which still are shattered by the slightest rejection. All right, that's a little bit like New Agey bullshit. Many individuals with these nodes are strongly wrapped up in the business of their country. That's a 10th house thing. They personalize government. To them, it's still a part in large sense of their own Cancerian family. So these guys are saying government or big business is a part of an extended family. Underneath all else, there are usually strong feelings of patriotism and loyalty. All right, we get it. Many with these nodes focus a good part of their strength and attention on younger people. Because they can control young people. Young people are easy to control. Capricorn is the sign of controlling others, right? It's ruled by Saturn. Capricorn wants to control you. Cancer has a passive-aggressive way of controlling you. They like to listen to the trials and tribulations of others, but not being quick problem solvers themselves, they have a tendency to hold everything inside of them. As the weight of the problems increases, like collecting layers, they seem to age in spite of themselves. The most difficult karmic problem of the Cancer South node is learning how to let go. Cancer is a very hold on sign. They've got these pincers for a reason. Like the grabby. I kind of like it, actually. The individual brings with him into this life such strong inner fears of ever losing or forgetting anything that keeps making extra special efforts to retain all that he's ever gone through. As such, he makes himself the psychic garbage pail of the past. Constantly, he's thinking about his present in terms of what he should have done years ago or lives ago. He often can be seen sorting through old photographs, hoping to create his future out of the fragments of the past. These guys don't let go. So if you're going to date one of these motherfuckers, expect skeletons to come up and say hello. I would just expect it. At times, he's extreme. Don't tell them that, because they'll cry and they'll bitch at you and they'll get passive aggressive on you, and then next thing you know, like, pity party. At times, he's extremely draining, using whatever is done for him as a springboard to ask for more. He tries other people's patience with all of his emotional problems, and long after the solutions are given to him, he refuses to see logic through his cloud of emotion. He's not so much interested in finding out why something went wrong as he's seeking the lost feeling to be returned. You guys got that? It's about feelings. So you can't really fix it. You can't really do anything to resolve it. When someone is lacking a feeling, only a feeling can heal that. So you can't heal a feeling with stuff. The feelings come from within. It gets drawn out by like stuff, events, things, person, place, things, events, how we'll draw it out, but it has to come from within. It's a feeling. Next, endings are especially difficult for him to deal with. The word goodbye has never been part of his vocabulary, kind of like a Libra, for he's always wanted to preserve all relationships as long as possible. His behavior in regard to objects is no different, since he tends to form permanent attachments to nostalgic memories they carry with them. Oh yeah, God, this is brutal. Okay. The major karmic lesson in the Capricorn North node is to identify with an ideal bigger than the personal life. Remember, Capricorn good is I'm going to take care of everybody. Capricorn, I'm going to protect everybody. Capricorn bad is fuck you, I'm going to protect myself. So the karmic lesson in the Capricorn North is to identify with an ideal bigger than the personal life. The individual must ultimately come to stand for something. In spite of all of his real or imaginal personal difficulties, he must truly, or he must learn to understand true responsibility. To be strong for himself and the world around him, not just for himself. Many with these nodes eventually become self-appointed hallmarks of tradition. They would rather die than to have an outsider know any part of their personal life which contradicts the principles for which they have chosen to stand. This is a very Capricorn kind of thing. Capricorn wants to look good in the eyes of others. Through the North Node, an image which others can look up to and model their lives after is established, right? Capricorn wants respect, they want to respect themselves and they want to be respected from others. Okay. At times, personal difficulties deplete him of the strength to hold up this image, obviously. In most of his endeavors, he is capable of becoming a methodical and cautious planner once he learns to overcome his past life tendency to overreact emotionally and to throw a motherfucking pity party. In the charts of females, these nodes represent an unusually strong search for a father figure. In males, there's a strong consciousness of the need to fulfill the father role. Interesting. The most important thing about the Capricorn North Node is that it represents the point through which the individual will meet his karmic mission. Like New Agey bullshit, right? For this reason alone, many with these nodes tend to be reluctant to accept the full concept of adulthood. They would prefer to remain in an immature state for as long as possible, for they sense a typical judgment awaiting them. Much like the condemned man desiring one state of execution after another, they seek to hide behind others, constantly pushing themselves further and further to the back of the line so as to avoid meeting the effects of all they've created. You guys got that? This is a little wordy, but it's important. I'll say it again. They would prefer to remain in an immature state for as long as possible. Cancer gone bad, immature state. For they sense a type of judgment awaiting them. Capricorn, judgment. Much like the condemned man desiring one state of execution after another, they seek to hide behind others, constantly pushing themselves further and further to the back of the line so as to avoid meeting the effects of all they've created. You know, they want to remain in the good graces of others at all costs. And they have no problem being a bit of a martyr, because negative side of Cancer is to throw a pity party so they can, you know, it's one of the ways of doing things. It's a control thing. This is the reason why many of them have great difficulty in accepting their own chronological age. While they admit to their age openly, they try not to live it. Next, there's much past life residue of immaturity. Oh, did you just write about this, dude? The soul has become fixated at one point in early growth. Now, just to let you know, these are also the type of people when they're kids. The little kids will dress up, like the girls dress up in their mom's clothes and they wear purses and they dress up old. Or guys, when they're kids, will wear suits and stuff when they're kids, or they'll dress up in ties. Okay. The zodiacal sign of Capricorn is the gateway through which the soul must go upon leaving the physical body. Alright. And in this most occult of signs, it will stand for inspection before the judges at these gates. You guys got that? They say they have to pass through Capricorn to get through the gates of the next life. While this may not be the last incarnation on Earth, it will most definitely be house position. It will most definitely, by house position, receive karmic judgment in one area of life. All right, whatever. Okay. The individual, this means that wherever the North Node is in your chart, remember, share this video, right? And so wherever the North Node is in your chart, for whatever kind of person you are, that's where you're going to see where your karma has to pass through. That's where you got to go. Eventually, you got to get there. And it's not the sign. The sign is how it's colored. It's where in its house. So if the North Node is in your second house, you're going to eventually have to get down and make some money. If it's in your 7th house, you're eventually going to have to stop playing the ass and go get yourself married. If it's in the 6th house, you're going to have to eventually work on your physical health. 5th house, you're eventually going to have to do something to take care of the kids. You know, it depends on where it is. All right. The house position of the South Node indicates an area in which the karmic residue of immaturity seeps into the current life. The house position of the North Node, right, the N, shows the ways in which the individual can now enter responsible adulthood by aligning his life with the principles of honor and respect to tradition. As soon as he learns how to do this, he'll be destined for a life of splendid accomplishment. Whatever. Next, Donna Van Toen says, and this is the last one, but it goes on a little bit. Donna Van Toen says, you should take steps towards a career, or, you know, you should take steps towards a career. That's not a real sentence. Okay, so it says your Cancer South Node. Oh, it says, okay, so she's saying you should take steps towards a career, right? Moving in that direction. The 10th house, and it says your Cancer South Node may reply, yeah, but what would my kids do without me? Did you guys see that? So now she's obviously confusing the houses here, but she's talking about the axis between home and family, and your career. It says your problems are that you've adopted real or imagined responsibilities to others that are okay, this is it. This is interesting. The problem is South Node. The problem is that you've adopted real or imagined responsibilities. You're a martyr. This is what I'm doing. To others that are keeping you from becoming all that you can be, the top of the chart. Possible reasons: fear of public exposure, lack of planning, a feeling that you're unworthy in some ways, refusal to let others lead their own lives, all of the above. Possible solutions. I'll say that again. Possible reasons for this: fear of public exposure, lack of planning, a feeling that you're unworthy in some ways. The South Node, it feels where you're unworthy, so you're going to do some kind of fuckery there. Anyways, possible solutions: take cautious steps towards the careers, honors, or recognition that you want. So take steps, do it, Success, all you have to do to achieve success in this life is overcome your fears. That's it. That's it. The opposite, on the other side of fears, is success. This is not failure. This is what the fuck. This is your life. This is what you're doing. This is your bullshit existence right here. And this is fear. When you overcome fear, the others, and when you're moving, this is all success. You move past the fear, suddenly you're successful. Next, examine your needs and responsibilities honestly and take necessary steps to balance them. I think she reads she was reading my stuff. That's funny. Okay, forget it. I'm not going to tell you what they wrote there. That's something that's a little stupidy. That's something I would say. And I definitely can't say it on YouTube. Cancer South Node tends towards deep-rooted compulsive behavior patterns. Cancer South Node. All South Nodes, deep-rooted compulsive behavior patterns. All of them. But this Cancer one says the patterns allow the person to justify failures. You guys cool with that? Justification of this sort is a form of dishonesty, right? Cancer is the moon. It's the shadow side. It can be dishonest. In the tarot, when you're looking at the tarot cards here, the Cancer, or the moon, not Cancer. Cancer is represented by the Cancer rules the Chariot. It means to get out there. It's the good, positive, strong side of Cancer is represented in the tarot. But the moon in the tarot is the dark, lost in the wilderness, mystical, shadowy side of things. And that's what's going on here with the South Node in Cancer. All right. So it talks about deeply rooted, justification of failures. Poor me. I did this because, you guys made me, it's that kind of bullshit. All right, and it's a form of dishonesty. Remember, South Node in Cancer is infidelity. This prevents the development of the Capricorn North Node's considerable untapped potential for self-esteem. I am Cancer! Look at my dick! Oh! You gotta watch out for that. Let me beat you in the head with my Cancer. No, sorry, I said that wrong. I am Capricorn! Look at my dick! Sorry, Cancer. No one ever accused anybody of being hung like a crab. Just saying. Just saying. No offense. Oh my God, check him out. He's hung like a crab. This is a sign of motherhood. Good. Whatever. Well, it's too bad I don't edit my videos. Okay. Anyways. Whatever. Anyways, it also prevents the formation of deep relationships since you're not honest with yourself. You can't possibly, because if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with others. Cancer South Node easily becomes bogged down in dependency on those who need him or her, until personal discontent forces development of Capricorn's North Node potential. Right? Cancer's gone. This is the negative side of Cancer. Some typical manifestations of they all have negative sides, right? So chill out, everybody. Some typical manifestations of an overdeveloped Cancer South Node are, it's pretty obvious. What you think about it is pretty obvious. An overall lack of success in life. Oh, that was really harsh. An overdeveloped South Node in any area of your life. Anyone who has an overly developed South Node is going to have problems in life. This is really harsh. She was really mean on Cancer here. But the next part is true. Hypersensitivity, okay? Hypersensitivity and sloppy sentimentality, fear of authority figures, childishness, lack of emotional self-control, lack of self-confidence, snobbishness, alternating, snobby, alternating with it, blindly accepting of others. Self-pity, definitely, pity party. Excessive complaining, no shit, and a craving for emotional attention. I'll say it again. This is really important. Remember, South Node, it's the negative side of things. You think this guy gonna, what do you think this motherfucker is gonna do? What do you think this guy's gonna do? So you think this chick is gonna buy lots of makeup and stare all fucking day in the mirror? I think so. You think this motherfucker is gonna go? Okay, I'm just saying, South Node. Anyways, so watch this. It's pretty easy to spot. So if you have an overdeveloped Cancer South Node, you can have hypersensitivity, sloppy sentimentality, fear of authority, childishness, lack of emotional self-control, lack of self-confidence, snobbishness, alternating with blind acceptance, self-pity, excessive complaining, and craving for emotional attachment, and they're probably going to steal your fucking shit. Okay. North Node in Capricorn tends to dream very traditional dreams. Capricorns can be a traditional sign. He or she wants to be a lawmaker, a policymaker, an organizer. So on one hand, that's the negative side of this astrological placement. That's the negative side. This is what they're saying the positive side is. So you would think the positive side would be Cancerish, but it's not. The negative side is Cancerish. The positive side is actually Capricorn. It's neat, right? It's how the nodes work. Negative Cancer, positive Capricorn. He or she wants to be a lawmaker, a policymaker, an organizer, and some kind of Einstein, or at least a manager. And they probably have a good, strong possibility. They want to tie you up and whip your ass in a sex dungeon. And they didn't say that, but that's pretty... if you guys study astrology, you'll know that North Node in Capricorn wants to tie you up and have sex with you like that. All right. They might use electricity, but that's probably an Aquarius or a Scorpio thing. All right, he or she wants to be known for objectivity, prudence, and good leadership ability. He or she wants to stand out against the backdrop of ordinary workers as someone who knows where he or she is going and is getting there. In contrast, this is an emotional, rather touchy person. You wouldn't think of a Capricorn being emotional and touchy, right? But we're not talking about Capricorn. We're talking about the North Node in Capricorn. He or she is fond of comfort and reluctant to make changes. The need for emotional security dominates the need for the need for emotional security. The Cancer need is overriding the Capricorn aloof desires. All right. Antidotes for Capricorn imbalance. Mathematical work. Whatever. It says to a lesser, astrology and numerology can be helpful. And occasionally, the person might have no ambition, right? They might, if the Capricorn, if it's all the energy is in the Cancer side, they're not going to have Capricorn ambition. They're going to really suck into the poor me thing. And that's the deal. In cases where, these people insist that they're going to want you to solve his or her problem. And anyways, she goes on into talking about astrological counseling when you're talking with people who have this placement and how to help them. But the truth of the matter is, once again, South Node in Cancer means you've got too much of the Cancer happening, the negative side of Cancer, and as a result, but then you have the negative side of Cancer and the positive side of Capricorn in this situation. So, but if you don't. And that's the way it works. These things work in an axis here. Cancer and Capricorn work hand to hand in certain areas of your chart in certain ways. Or that's the relationship. So once again, positive Capricorn. Let's take care of everybody. Let's be strong. Let's be strong together. I'll take care of everybody. Negative Cancer. Poor me, motherfucker. I hate this shit. That's the answer. But if you work it out, if Capricorn is taking care of everybody, then the Cancer, you're not going to have a chance to be poor me Cancer. If you have poor me Cancer, the negative side of Cancer, then it's going to bring out the negative side of Capricorn. Fuck you. guys see how it works? How the nodes work? Once again, it's kind of a, it's not a balance, but it's a transfer of energy. Negative Cancer, too much Cancer is going to show some negative Capricorn energy. Nice, strong Capricorn energy, nice, confident, taking care of business, you looking good, then Cancer is going to be strong as well. And that's how it works, guys. That's how the axis, that's how this axis right here, that's how this kind of action right here works. Oh my God, what did I do like this? I'll show you guys once more before we go on. So this is what you have. So this, you know, this has a tendency to be negative down here, so you have to watch out for it, right? This is poor me, super clingy, being very childish. And if you're very childish and super clingy, then you're going to have a fuck you attitude. I don't want to grow. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do North Node. I want to do negative South Node, right? So if it's bad, if you have a bad action going on, you know, I don't want to be responsible. I don't want a North Node. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to take care of the business. I want to stay home and play video games all the time. I want to like stare at this fucking picture because I'm too afraid to go tell the guy I like him. You know, I don't want to do this. I want to suck my thumb all day long. You know, so that's, you know, the negative side of this particular astrological placement. On the plus side, if this is good, you're like, you know what, I feel good. I like it. Let's make breakfast for everybody. Let's take care of everybody. Let's nurture everybody. Then the Capricorn is going to be good. And you're going to be like, you know what, I'm an adult. I'm going to be cool with everybody. And this whole thing is going to shine in a super bright way. Yay! Astrological happy face. And that's the action. Yay! So it's all up to you. But it's not that easy. It's not that easy in life. We have transits, like things that can happen will transit the South Node, and if the South Node is having a bad experience, North Node is going to have a bad experience. And that's just what's going on now. Astrologically, in the sky right now, this is not the chart. I'll just quickly show you the chart, and then we'll move forward. It all, you know, this is going to happen. This is going on for the next couple of months, so I might as well just give you a quick rundown on what's going on. Astrologically, we do have, it's right, astrologically, we have this, we have negative stuff happening to the South Node, and as such, the world is, although this is reversed, right, this is reversed in what we're talking about today, but negative stuff is happening to the South Node, so the North Node is getting pulled down as well, and that's what's going on. There's a lot of, poor me in the world. There's a lot of fuck you going on, and the negative stuff is happening to Capricorn, and as such, family values are completely shot right now all over the world. Anyways, that's the deal, and that's the action, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed everything. I hope you're learning a little bit today. You don't have to learn anything, but I hope you're having fun. Once again, this is the astroside.com. There's a link in the description box. This is where you go to get your super cool hoodies and t-shirts and mugs and meme t-shirts, and they're these come in different colors as well. I'll show you a Cancer one. Right, they come in different colors. They're really cool. SLC did an amazing job. They also come in badass hoodies. This is a real badass hoodie, and that's the action. And this is TheSunnySide.net. This is where you go if you want to buy my book, Emotional Weight Loss. This is where you go if you want to, you know, check out our store, testimonials, if I have any workshops coming up. And that's the action, guys. Once again, please share the videos. You know, please share the videos. Please give the video a thumbs up. Check out some of the other stuff on the channel, and donate to the channel. And that's the action. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I hope everybody learned a little bit today. And that's the action. Remember, it's always a beautiful day to be beautiful, except Mondays. Those suck. No. It's always a beautiful day to be beautiful, but it's together that makes it a beautiful day. And that's the action. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a super beautiful day. And I'll see you guys soon.